Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. Pumpkin's just jumping down from the microwave. He's just been investigating the delicious cakes and pastries that I popped out to get this morning. Mittens is chilling out on the windowsill, enjoying some of the winter sunshine, and I thought I would bring you a vloggy vlog today. So yeah, this will be going up on Sunday morning. So happy Sunday for those of you who are watching on Sunday. I have read through all of your comments about my upload times, and thank you so much for the feedback. We'll stick with the Sunday morning uploads. It seems to be the majority of you are liking those. Lots of you said that it's part of your Sunday morning routine now. So we'll keep with it as it is. And yeah, if you are watching on Sunday morning, happy Sunday morning to you. If you're watching from bed, enjoying your lie-in, I hope you're having a lovely one. I hope you're nice and snuggled up, keeping warm. It is so chilly still outside, but it is a beautiful day today. And yeah, I've got lots of different things to share with you around the home. So I thought I would vlog. I'm at home for most of today, and yeah, lots of updates for you. I've got a few bits that I've bought. I have a meowing pumpkin. What does he want now? I swear it's when I set up here and talk to the camera. Pumpkin is like, you need to talk to me instead or play with me. Oh, you're back. You're back, are you? He wants to say hello in the background, clearly. So yeah, as I was saying, I've got quite a few home updates for you, a few things I want to share, a few little plans that I've got for the kitchen and for the living room, and well, for a few different rooms really, and a few bits that I've bought to share with you. I have been back to the charity shops. I've also found some incredible bits. I'm wondering whether to do them in this video. I might show you some of them and then maybe do a separate haul because there's quite a lot of stuff. But yeah, we've been dumpster diving. Some of you were asking where all the mugs have gone from the unit behind me. They're in the cupboard over here for the time being. I felt like it was looking a bit cluttered with them all hanging up. So yeah, I've just thinned it out a little bit. I've made myself a nice espresso in my beautiful little Andrew Martin cup and saucer that was a Christmas gift from Luke. It's part of our Christmas thrifted gift exchange. And yeah, I love this one with the little elephants. Let me see if I can get them to reflect in it for you. There we go. So a little sip of my espresso. I was up bright and early this morning to head to a fabulous bakery called Eric's, which is only open on a Friday morning and a Saturday morning. They open on Fridays at 8 AM, Saturdays at 9 AM, and they stay open until they're sold out, and then that is it, then they close. So most of the times I've passed this bakery, it has been closed, because yeah, the only times that you would see it open is a Friday or a Saturday morning. So I made a point of going there this morning because I'd heard fab things about their pastries and their cakes and their bread. And I've picked up a couple of little treats. It's Friday today, so if you can't treat yourself on a Friday, when can you treat yourself? I mean, apart from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday and Sunday, obviously. But this is what I picked up. We have a pain au chocolat, and we also have one of their cinnamon buns with mascarpone frosting. Oh my goodness, how stunning do these look? Oh, I think I'm gonna have this with my coffee this morning, and then this could be a lovely little afternoon treat with maybe a cup of tea later on. Oh, let me show you the sourdough loaf as well. I thought this would be lovely to have across the weekend, and it's a really good size. Oh my goodness, that smells so nice. I do love bread. I love bread and butter, and I'm gonna make this with eggs. So I picked up some eggs and pop these on my little egg holder back here, and I've got two, the ones basically that are like the previous I put at the front, so I've got those two at the front, so I know to use them first. So I'm going to stack my eggs and try to remember what I've got to update you on. Oh, thank you very much for the feedback on my travel vlogs as well. I'm glad that lots of you have been enjoying those, and it feels quite fun to mix things up here between kind of vlogs at home and adventures. And this week, let me think when this one's going up. Next week I have got another little adventure, and it's an adventure in the UK. I'm really looking forward to vlogging that and sharing it with you. And oh, there's two left. That's the thing, isn't it? This egg holder does take a box, so I need to eat these two. I'm going to put those two in the fridge. Controversial to some, I know. And I know that all the ones in there are all from the same use by date, which I don't need to worry about because I will be getting through those in no time. I read that your eggs are, it's the egg yolk, isn't it, that's a good source of vitamin D. I read somewhere that 2 egg yolks a day is your daily allowance. Don't quote me on that, but I did read it somewhere. I love eggs anyway, so yeah, it's gonna be nice sourdough toast, eggs at the weekend. Got some nice little treats for today, and the other thing I picked up, in case you're wondering, was some carrots, which I get loose in Marks and Spencer's now because I don't like a bag full of plastic carrots knocking around in the fridge, getting forgotten about. So I'm trying to just kind of buy less as I go. So in between HelloFresh, if I'm not eating out, I'm trying to do packets, tins, or little bits and pieces that I pick up as I go, and it works out really cheap. Like these two from Marks and Spencer's were 20p, and that's all I need to make with, I've got 2 things in the fridge that I might make this evening. I've got some salmon fillets, and I've also got some chicken thighs, both of which I just bung into the air fryer. I keep wanting to say slow cooker. I'm so used to making things in my slow cooker, but yeah, in the air fryer, I'll either put my chicken thighs or my salmon fillets, just season them up, and then in the other drawer, in the air fryer, I'll just make some sweet potato wedges. And I thought with that, I could chop up some carrot, and I make a big salad, and that's dinner. And I can make that sort of dinner in like about 15 minutes with the air fryer, so it's great, and I'm feeling like quite healthy as well. The other thing I'll do sometimes is just get one of my packet rices. I'm just looking at them above you. You're sat underneath my rice, in case you were wondering, along with some mess. I just sort all these cupboards out. I did make a start, but yeah, it happens, doesn't it? But yeah, sometimes you can just get the microwavable rice and pop that obviously in the microwave, and that can be an alternative to like the air fryer with the sweet potato and the carrots. But yeah, that's dinner plans. I am wearing a very old Primark number. I've had this white jumper for years and years and years, and yeah, I went through all my jumpers the other night. I thought we need to look and just see what ones I've got, because what I'd forgotten is that I had a lot of them zipped up in a under shelf storage thingamajig, like a bag box, and forgotten about a load of jumpers that I own. So I went through them all, tried them all on, 2 of which were not doing me any favours anymore. I'm going to blame them shrinking in the washing machine, and they went straight to the charity. And yeah, I checked through the others for any kind of moth holes. They seem to be all right, but this one I thought I'd dig out. What are you doing? Oh, is it bath time? Is it bath time? Oh, I thought that was Pumpkin. It's Mittens. She might tolerate me picking her up for 20 seconds to say hello. Pumpkin, on the other hand, will let me carry him around like a baby in my arms, and it's really cute. I do it in the evenings, and I carry him like this, and his head just leans back and he looks up at everything. I think he's looking for flies or anything kind of interesting like that. Not that my home is full of flies, but I have noticed that whenever there is like a little fly or a bug or a spider, they are on it and obsessed. So yeah, I take him for a little walk around. I'll walk up and down the hallway, all around the living room, and his eyes, it is so cute. They're just fascinated and looking at everything. So yeah, let me see if Mittens will come and say hello to you. Say hello to everybody. This is little Mittens. Oh, see, what can you see now? If I can keep them interested, they will let me hold them for longer, but Mittens is really not somebody that likes being picked up particularly, are you? You're such an independent lady. Okay, that's it. Time's up. I thought it'd be about 20 seconds. I feel like I was quite lucky there. So yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my coffee. Let's have a little bite of the pain au chocolat. Oh my goodness. It's like soft in the middle, but then very crispy and crackly and crunchy on the edges. Divine. Right, I'll enjoy the rest of this, and it is time to crank the laptop open and get on with some work. And I've just made my lunch. I've gone for a tin of tomato soup and some of this delicious bread, which I'm going to dunk in, and loads of pepper. The moment I get off my chair at the desk, Mittens is straight on it. I think she likes it nice and warmed up. Shall I let you into a little secret? Every time I film in this corner, I swear I have to do this. How does surfaces get dusty so quickly, honestly? It's embarrassing. But yeah, that's what I have to do sometimes. So yeah, if you've got dusty surfaces, you're not alone. Anyway, I have sat down because there was just a very loud knock at the door with a parcel. Pumpkin and Mittens went scooting up to the bedroom to hide. Oh, you want to see what's in here, do you, Pumpkin? And of course, the moment we get the box is the moment that Pumpkin decides he's found his new dance floor, haven't you? So yeah, should we get involved? I don't think this is for you. Although we do have some toys, don't we, that we're going to be testing out soon. Do stay tuned for that video. I'm thinking with my uploads, I know I've been banging on about this recently, but I think we have finally together sorted it. I feel like Sunday mornings vloggy vlog is where we're at, and we'll stick with that. So Sunday mornings, a bit of a vlog, what I've been up to, share with you this, that, the other, and it was more timely. And then in the week, if there's more specific videos, like a haul, or, you know, a room makeover, specific one, we'll upload those in the week for you. And then you've got the option to watch those on the weekend. And then, yeah, more of a chilled vibe for your Sunday morning upload. Do you know what? I feel like I've always done that. I feel like I've tried to reinvent the wheel, got your feedback, and we're back to where we were. So there we go. Thank you for reaffirming that everything's okay. I think sometimes we want to just change things, don't we? And actually, we don't need to change anything. Anyway, oh, we've got two things in here. Okay. So first of all, in the mornings, I'm talking. I mean, this morning it was 3:30. I think it was actually 3:33, so maybe that's a good sign. But Pumpkin decided to wake me up, and then again, bright and early. He just loves to wake me up. And the way he does it is knocks anything over the bedside table or anything basically on the surfaces. He will knock them down to the floor in order to make some noise to wake me up. And that is just him. I don't know whether he's just checking that I'm okay or whether it's not that he's hungry. In the mornings later on it will be that he wants his breakfast, but in the middle of the night, no. He's just, I don't know, I think he just likes rearranging the bedside table, don't you? So I thought I would buy a little gadget that I can put my bedside essentials into, and I feel like you might not be able to knock them off so easily. But he probably will. He'll probably just knock the whole shebang off. Let me show you what it is. And I'll link this for you in case you want to get one. Because I feel like this would be quite handy in a lot of places around the home as well. I've seen them used in the kitchen as well as in the bathroom, bedroom. And it's like a little Lazy Susan, but it's on these gold legs and it's got quite deep sides to it. So we'll see how this goes. And I thought this would be the perfect size just to pop in things like my glasses, you know, any little bits and pieces, pillow spray, and then you just rotate it. So you pop your bits in there and then it just glides around. So let me just pop that there. And yeah, you can just rotate it around. I feel like it'd be quite nice to put my fragrances in too. So yeah. We shall see how we get on with that. And if it doesn't work on the bedside table, I have a lovely storage container that I can use either in the kitchen for your oils, spices, salt and pepper for when you're cooking, or in the bathroom. I can put my fragrances in here, and that green would look really nice with the dark cupboards that I've got. They also have this in white with the gold feet too. And I thought the price was pretty good. In terms of the Lazy Susan as well, it feels pretty good in terms of the ease of spinning, and because it's got the grips, like the serrated edge there, I feel like, yeah, solid choice. Next up, cotton pads for, you know, skincare. I've never had a proper cotton pad holder, and I wanted to get a bit more organised for the bathroom with that as well. So I was researching them. I found some that didn't look quite right. I wasn't sure about the bamboo lids. I wanted very plain and simple perspex. So this is what I've gone for. Actually, I think this is perfect. I didn't want it to be too big. I don't use loads of them, but I do use them, if that makes sense. I don't use them every single day. So I think this is perfect. It's just plain, simple perspex, and then you have the strip down the side to take them from. And I chose this one because for the price, it actually came, just pop the lid on. Yeah, that feels pretty solid actually. You know, sometimes they can feel a little bit flimsy. Yeah, it's thick. I don't think that would crack unless it was kind of dropped or properly squashed. Feels nice and strong. I went for that one because it was better value in the fact that it also was around the same price as ones that were standalone, but this one actually comes with 2 additional little containers that are the perfect size to pop either cotton wool balls in or cotton buds. That's the one. So yeah, I chose, oh, behave yourself. It's got labels. Okay, I did not know that. It's just upgraded itself. They're actually quite nice ones too. That saved me a little job. Look at that. Cotton pads, cotton balls, cotton swabs. Oh yeah, that's the word for them, isn't it? Cotton swabs or hair accessories. I'm just reading it backwards, which is tricky. Floss picks and bath salts. There we go. Very impressed that it's got the labels. Oh, stop it. Oh my goodness. I'm getting way too excited about this, but it's also got plain labels, so you can actually label it yourself. You get your little Sharpie out. Oh, that is really good. Okay, I am impressed. Are these clear? Those are clear. So if you wanted like the super simple look, you didn't want any colour, you can get a oh, behave yourself, camera. You can get a fine point Sharpie. You can get them in the pound shop. They've got the double-ended ones, which are great. And yeah, you could just write on them, couldn't you? Okay, I'm very pleased with that. And I've got some more bits coming later today on a one-day delivery, but I ordered them like late last night. This is what I'm doing. I'm staying up late, researching things for the home. Actually, while we're sat here, have I got time to show you the bits on the floor? Because I have a package waiting for me at the post office. Yes, I do. No, I don't, but I will show you when I get back later, because we're going to be talking flooring. We're also going to be talking kitchen. We're also going to be talking vintage designer fashion that I've got waiting for me at the post office. So I'll meet you back here in a bit, but I've got to run down there before it closes because I do not want to be going to the post office on a Saturday morning. No, I do not. I haven't given Pumpkin's claws a trim for a while, have I? And you're normally quite good. You normally let me do it. I usually wait for him to be nice and relaxed, like if we're just watching TV in the evening, and I have to keep the little claw scissors to hand, and then, yeah, when he's really chilled, he'll let me do it. And I've been sort of handling his paws since he was a kitten, so he's used to it now. So you don't mind, do you? I've made myself a tea. I've got a new candle to light with you. I just thought we need to settle in. I've got the heated blanket on, so I've got a lot of chatting to do with you. I'm about to, as we like to call it here, bend your ear off. So, before I do that, let's get the candle lit. Yeah, this is from Muji. I probably should have sniffed it before lighting it. Very, very nice, very fresh. This one is Bougie Parfumée scented candle. I think I've just said French. It is lemon and green tea. Very nice, very fresh. I do like a emoji candle. I've only ever had like teeny tiny ones before in a tin, so a 3 wicker is new to me, but I love a 3 wicker as well. Very nice amber glass this as well, isn't it? Loving that. So we'll pop that there on its lid. We will have a quick sip of the tea. I'm so in the mood for a cup of tea. It is now pretty much the end of the working day on Friday afternoon, which means my inbox is pinging, but we're ignoring it. It's too late. They've missed the chance. Those will be answered on Monday morning. For now, it is tea time with you. Put your feet up. I've actually written a little list of things that I need to update you on, starting with the flooring. So, I have been thinking about this room that I'm sitting in. I've been thinking about the hallway that leads from the kitchen to this room. And I've also been thinking about the office room down here. These rooms each have different flooring. So the hallway has a wooden floor that I chose, but it was many years ago. It's a engineered wood, I'm gonna say, oak style. Hello, Mittens. And it's very nice. When I renovated the staircase, which you may remember if you've been here for a while, I ripped the carpets off and I spent many days preparing the wooden stairs. That video is on my channel, by the way, if you want to go back. If you've got a Victorian home, an Edwardian home, and you're thinking of ripping up your carpet, DIYing it, watch that video because you can learn from all of my mistakes. But I'm very pleased with the stairs being the stripped back wood now. I think they look beautiful. With that project, it meant that then the engineered wood floor, which was fitted around a carpet that was on the stairs, then has a nasty old gap going on, and it's all moved a little bit because these engineered wood floors are glued. And then the office room has a cheap laminate floor. Well, actually it probably wasn't cheap, but it's very old, so I think laminate has really improved over the years, hasn't it? And that floor would be well over 10 years old. Now in this room we have carpet that I chose, carpet that has stood the test of time, again over 10 years old, from Carpetright. I think the name of this carpet is actually Monaco, if I remember correctly. So basically, if you want to sell me anything, just name it after a town on the French Riviera or a country that makes me think of holidays, and I'll probably buy it from you. It is a really hard-wearing carpet. It is a synthetic one, I think, so it hasn't been got by the moths. It has lasted really well. However, it's just looking very tired, very flat. All the loops, it's like a loop style weave, have gone flat as a pancake. It has just got no lust for life anymore. And so what I'm thinking is a floor that would run through all of these rooms on this floor that's all the same would make the space suddenly, I think, flow better, look bigger, be easier to clean, and be kitten claw proof. So the engineered wood floor in the hallway has got lots of little scratch marks on it where Pumpkin and Mittens love to go skating on the rugs. They run up and down the hallway, jump on a rug, and they skate all the way down until they bump into the door at either end, basically. So they have great fun in the hallway because it's a long straight space. So aside of it being their little racetrack, it is obviously a very well worn space. So I was thinking we need to go hard wearing, and Luke recently got his flooring done in his home. He went for a laminate. Now laminate is not something that I have considered for such a long time. I think because the last time I put a laminate floor down, yeah, that was over 10 years ago, and I felt like it was very nice, but they were quite thin, sometimes a little bit bouncy. I don't know, just wasn't something that I was considering. However, I saw Luke's and it looked really nice, and I've ordered some samples, and it has really come on, hasn't it? Laminate floor. If you've looked at it recently and you looked at it some years ago, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's improved a lot. I think the way it's designed must be better. They must have better colours now, I think, as well. You know, there was very limited choice back in the day, wasn't there? And now we've got so much choice. So I've ordered some samples from UK Flooring Direct. So they will send you 3 samples, and I've ordered 2 lots. So I just went back on and ordered a few more. So I got my first 3. Let me show you them, and then I'll show you the second 3, and you can let me know what you think. So keeping it in mind that this is for this room, the small office slash spare bedroom, which I've made over in the past. Again, that video is on my channel. And then the hallway. So first of all, we have this one. This one is Harvest Oak, and actually the colouring is coming up pretty accurate on camera. So yeah, normally I would let you know if it was kind of a bit more orange or grey or whatever, but I think we're actually looking quite accurate. I think the white balance is good on the camera. So we also have Summer Natural Oak, and then we have, but look at that, I think they are so nice, and they're thick now as well. I didn't realise you could get this thickness. This is a 12mm, and then this one's a bit thinner. What have we got here? This is a 7mm. So I think I'm going to go for a thicker one, because with this being an apartment, I think thicker is best. And then we also have Smoked Oak. So there's those three, to give you an idea. And then I went back on and ordered some more. I wanted to be sure. I did have a favourite out of these, and that was the Smoked Oak. I felt like the Harvest Oak might be a little bit dark for this space. I do really like this, but I feel like with dark furniture, it's almost too close. Whereas I feel like a lighter oak with dark furniture has got enough difference that it doesn't kind of clash. They're not going to argue with each other. These two, I don't think they get on. But you know me, I might have gone mad looking at flooring samples. Anyway, I went back on there and ordered another three. I wanted to be sure. So I got some more. I ordered this one, which is Summer Hill Oak. This is interesting. This seems to have a built-in underlay on it. So you can get different underlays now as well. I don't know if you could always get such a range, or maybe back then I was just looking at all the cheapest options. I'm not sure, but you can get like underlays now that have got thermal insulation. You've got ones that have got more soundproofing built in with them, different thicknesses, you know, if you've got more of an uneven floor underneath, all sorts. So it's incredible what you can get if you haven't looked recently. And then Wild Dove Oak. Now this is way too grey. I just wanted to make sure, but yeah, way too grey, not an option. We can just discard that one immediately for my personal taste. And then we have this one. Now this is also the Smoked Oak. So I was just scrolling again on the website, just going with what I fancy, just taking my pick as I went through. Obviously forgotten what I'd ordered the first time around, but thought all of these were different. So the fact that I've picked up this one twice, I think has confirmed that this will be, where are we? Yeah, that's the darker one. This will be the one that we go for. I think I'm pretty happy with that. And it's quite nice when you get two samples, you can put them together and obviously see more of a space when you lay them out, but also you get a better idea of the different knots on the wood. Because if you've got that sample on its own, you might think, okay, that's very, very kind of simple looking, you know, not too detailed. But then when you see this one, it's a bit more knotted, isn't it? So, you know, you get a better idea of what the overall look's going to be. Because obviously, depending on which bit of the board they send you, it can make a massive difference, I think. Because they're actually quite different looking, aren't they? Not massively, but this one is certainly a lot more detailed and a lot darker in places than this one. So there we go. You do have a picture on the back as well that shows you kind of like an overview. But yeah, I just thought I would share with you the start of this little flooring journey, and hopefully that is something that I can get done in the next few weeks. I want to get as much as I can done around the home before the year gets busy, so I'm thinking winter months, let's crack on. So we'll see how we go. I might be still talking to you about this floor at Christmas, knowing me, but yeah, fingers crossed. I have been speaking to a flooring fitter as well. So yeah, hopefully this is something that can be done soon. It does mean that the furniture from this room and from next door is all gonna have to go somewhere. So that's gonna be interesting. Send the gin now, please, if you wouldn't mind. Yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. I think I'll vlog it all, because I think it's definitely going to be an experience, but it will mean that I will have to do a bit of decluttering, I think, and really thinking about the space. But yeah, I'm very excited. I feel like a good floor can really transform a room, can't it? And I feel like all the skirting boards in this room will look better once I've got some wooden flooring down. I just think everything's gonna look nicer, and even things like chairs, when they stand on a wooden floor, the legs can suddenly look completely different when they're kind of sunk a little bit into a carpet, I think. But that is the flooring. I have, to update you if you're new here or if you haven't seen those previous videos, I have a kitchen that came with the house. So it's a magnet kitchen. It had already been here for some years already. So again, it's well over 10 years old. It's a very good quality kitchen in my opinion. I think it was built to last, but it was a little bit dated, very kind of 90s looking, and a kind of pale birch colour. I painted it grey using Wilko paint, which was one of my first ever videos, and more recently I painted it a really nice sage green colour, again with Wilko's kitchen cupboard paint, which I highly recommend. And then I've installed this big unit that you saw behind me earlier in this video, which was from the charity shop, which I painted using Farrow and Ball paint. So overall, I'm really happy with the kitchen. I've also swapped the handles out to more vintagey looking ones. And the floor is a peel and stick tile. Again, did that a few years ago. They're Home Bargains peel and stick tiles, and they have lasted pretty well. There's a couple of them that need replacing, but I've got spares. So I just need to put the hairdryer on, melt down the adhesive underneath and swap those out. So that's on my list of like little jobs to do. But with the kitchen, there is this awkward space that is basically where previously there was a slightly different configuration. So it went sort of around the corner to where the boiler is, what I call the boiler room, which is essentially the boiler cupboard. And I blocked that wall off, which left us with a gap about this big at the end of the units, which is the bin gap. I think everybody has a place in their kitchen where they keep the bin, and that is the place where the bin lives. It's perfect because you slide the bin in this gap that's about this big. That little space is great for housing the bin, but the space beyond the bin and above is a total waste of space. I've got some very narrow shelves in that corner, so not much can be stored there. So I am going to be heading to IKEA soon. Stay tuned for that video. And I thought the solution might be to buy a big unit that goes into that corner, put the bin underneath, and then have shelves all the way up. What I've come to realise is that, like many of us, I have recently acquired an air fryer. I am using that all the time instead of the oven pretty much. And I also have a slow cooker that I use regularly. Again, try to use that instead of the oven. I think loads of us are in the same situation where we may have these appliances that now have come into our kitchens, but obviously the surface space and the cupboard space in our kitchens hasn't got any bigger. So we're working with more appliances. I also love the coffee machine. The toaster is something that I use regularly, and so is the kettle, and the microwave. So in terms of appliances, I feel like I've got a fair few, but they're all ones that I do use on, yeah, pretty much a daily basis. There's not one that I would sort of like want to just keep in the cupboard. On top of that, I sometimes whip the NutriBullet out as well. So when all the appliances are out, I'm really limited in terms of surface space, to the point where I'll have to like dish up meals on the hob by putting a board down, like a chopping board. And so I feel like that little bit of extra gap that could become worktop space would make a massive difference. That would be enough to put the microwave on, or to put the slow cooker on, or to any of the above. So you get where I'm going with this. I'm thinking, rather than spending money in IKEA, I need to sit down and make a plan to get a new worktop and get it fitted. And that's probably going to mean also having to retile, because I think as soon as you rip that worktop out, the tiles are going to come with it. You might have seen what happened to the tiles on the other side of the kitchen in that video, so that's probably going to happen again. So yeah, I'm thinking new worktop, potentially a new sink. I'm thinking that potentially could be upgraded as well within that job, and then some new tiling. And I feel like that would then go all the way across that side of the kitchen, which would make it feel a little bit bigger. And yeah, I would just get that tiny bit more surface area, but I think that would make a huge difference. And yeah, it would be a nice little refresh. The worktop is, yeah, I would say on its last legs. It's okay, but I feel like where some liquid has got down the back of it behind the tiles, it's gone a little bit bouncy. So I feel like, you know, underneath the surface, probably got into kind of like the wood underneath, and yeah, a little bit bouncy. So I really have eked out this kitchen as long as possible, and I feel like, yeah, I could refit the whole thing, but to be honest, the kitchen cupboards are all in good nick still, and I do feel like that is a quality kitchen. So to replace it to the same quality, I think would be really expensive to do and probably not necessary. So that's the plan for the kitchen. I'm messaging tradesmen, I'm gonna try and get that started. So yeah, it'll probably be flooring first. Those two things could make a really big difference to the space. So yeah, I will document all of that for you and keep you updated. Next on my list is shopping habits. I know what you're thinking. Where is he going to go with this one? Well, I am slightly rethinking the way that I am shopping in terms of things like household essentials. We are seeing prices shoot up left, right and centre, aren't we? I went to get my hairspray the other day, the Got2b glue that I use all the time, the one in the yellow tin, and this is something that I've bought routinely. The amount of times I've been nipping into Boots at King's Cross Station to pick up a small can of it because I'm off to do packed lunch, or I've bought a larger can when I've been into one of the more kind of reasonable shops, you know, like the ones like Savers, and there's a few places in there where they're kind of cheaper. Wilko's used to be a really good one as well. But always in Boots, the mini one was £1.99. That mini one now is £2.50, which is quite a significant increase, isn't it, when you think about it? Yeah, I've noticed it had gone up to £2.20, and then now it's just £2.50, like in the space of a month or something. So I've noticed this with loads and loads of different things. I'm sure you have as well. And it's really making me not put things in my basket. Even if it's small things like that, I'm like, no. We'll get that somewhere else, thank you very much. So I have been shopping around for everything, and it has made me look at different ways to buy certain things. Now obviously you know that I'm a big fan of the charity shops, the car boot sales, so all that kind of stuff I feel like I save a significant amount of money on in terms of my clothing, my homeware, my decorative stuff, gifts that I get for people, loads of stuff like that. I feel like I can be incredibly kind of frugal and thrifty, but as well as that, really keeping quality in mind and buying really nice stuff for the price of something that's probably less well made and not going to last as long. So I feel like that side of things I've pretty much got sorted, but now I'm thinking more about things like my household essentials. So I've been thinking about things like toilet rolls, like cat food, like cat litter, and so on. So I have been shopping around. I have got a delivery coming later. I've managed to find a really good deal on some toilet roll, which I've now obsessed about because I used to do this on packed lunch all the time as well, search for the best deals on toilet roll. So I feel like I'm a toilet roll expert in terms of cost per sheet, cost per ply, whether you need 3-ply or 2-ply, all of that jazz. So I've got some really well-priced toilet roll coming later, which I will share with you in case, like me, you want to reduce those costs. I've also managed to find the kittens' food at a much better price by shopping around online and using discount codes and vouchers, and I've also got some cat litter on the way that I'm going to try them out with. I'm going to gradually integrate it into the one that they're currently using and see how they go. It's a more natural one, it's made of corn, and I think it's similar to the World's Best, if you've heard of that one. Significantly cheaper, and if you bulk buy it a bit you can get even more discount. I think it's if you spend £40 you get 15% off. So I got a really good little saving on it as well, and of course there's not the hassle of lugging it home from the supermarket. So yeah, I am rethinking kind of how I'm buying certain things, and it does mean a little bit of stockpiling, but not too much, like not to the extent where I'm filling up my home with unnecessary stuff. But yeah, loo roll, cat litter, I should be good for the time being. And if that arrives whilst we're still filming this video, I will share it with you. And let me know if you're doing the same. Let me know, are your shopping habits changing? Are you switching up how you do it? Are you doing more online? Are you doing it in the supermarket still? Are you going to get the discounted stuff? Are you bulk buying? Let me know. I would be very curious to know your thoughts. But we do all love a good bargain here, so do share any tips and tricks that you have with me. And I did warn you that I was going to bend your ear off, so I don't disappoint. So let's get involved with my parcel from the post office. This wasn't what I thought it was. I've ordered a couple of bits from Vinted that are still on the way, so they should be coming to the lockers soon. Now this is something I've treated myself to, and something that I've wanted for a really long time. I've been after a pair of Ugg boots for a long time now. I love my UGG slippers. I have the grey ones that I got from the UGG, there's like the UGG outlet, so like the official UGG store has an outlet which has some really good reductions on. I'll link that for you. I've also got an older pair. These are really bashed up now, but they're still going strong. They've lasted for ages. These are years old. But I wanted a pair of the boots. I love UGG boots, and they're quite pricey, aren't they? So I got these on Vestiaire. Is it Vestiaire or Vestiaire? I'm not sure. It's the site that sells luxury goods. All second hand, lots of lovely vintage bits on there, and I found some real bargains on this site over the years. There's also a bit of discount you can get if you're new. At the moment they've got a welcome discount of 10%, so I actually just signed up with a second email address, like for a second time, to get the discount again. So this is them. We've gone for a classic pair of UGG boots. They've just got this extra stitching detail on, which I really like, this kind of thick leather on there. And I had a good look at them. You can pay a little bit extra to have things authenticate. I'm not gonna be able to say it. Check they're authentic, you know what I mean? And you pay a bit extra for that. And I think it was probably for these, it was working out at like £6. I'm gonna check the price that I paid. So yeah, these were listed at £60. There's also a service fee on, so it was coming up at £69 for the price. These also had this sticker on the photograph, so I feel like if they have been worn, it's gonna be like once or twice, because obviously that's still on there and in pretty good condition, and the whole sole is in pretty good nick as well. So yeah, I feel like I've got a real bargain with these, and they'll be perfect, mostly just to wear around the home, but obviously I can wear them out too. Yeah, I'm really pleased with those, and if you're after a pair yourself, or anything that you're after basically, if it's, oh yeah, they fit really nicely as well. Just whacked it on. I'm very happy with those. So yeah, that is my new winter footwear. And these will last me for years and years to come, if they're anything like my slippers. So yeah, if you're after some UGG boots or anything that you can think of that's kind of a bit more premium, a bit more pricey, it's so worth checking on these sites like Vinted, Vestiaire. I'll link where I got these in the description box, and if there's any good deals, I'll link them as well. And if you do shop with them, make sure you make the most of that welcome discount as well. I think the code, what did I do? I just Googled it, but I think it comes up on the website as well. In terms of sizing, I don't know about women's, if it varies at all, but I found them true to size. It feels really comfy having just tried it on. And then, yeah, my slippers, I'm size 10 and got size 10 for both, and they fit really well. I'm gonna head upstairs. I wanna put my little rotating Lazy Susan in the bedroom, and that sounds so wrong. And then we'll go to the loft, and I have a parcel up there to unbox with you from Lakeland. So I've realised my pads are too big, so they look awful, but it will do for now, and in future I will buy the circular little pads, because I quite like a big pad, but you know, it does work still. It just doesn't look particularly pleasing. So yeah, organised with me, eh? Wasn't really sure what to put in this last one, so I've popped in all these baby fragrances, little samples that I'll take on my travels with me. Come up to the loft, and the moon is so bright this evening, but obviously not focusing. It's a full moon. I come up to the loft to show you first of all the heated throw that has arrived from Lakeland, and I also thought I'd give you a little sneak peek into the bags that are up here waiting to be filmed for a couple of hauls. So I think what I'm going to do, because the bits that were meant to arrive from Vinted haven't arrived, I'm going to do a separate kind of vintage luxury fashion type haul, also sharing with you some ideas of kind of some timeless pieces and some tips on kind of buying that kind of stuff secondhand. And I'm also going to be doing a dumpster diving haul because I found the most random load of stuff. 2 lots, so basically I found a load of random stuff somebody was clearing out, and I also found a load of cookery books. We've got some incredible stuff, but I feel like that needs a dedicated video of its own, but I'll give you a little sneak peek into the bags in this vlog. Yeah, Lakeland have very kindly sent over one of their heated throws. I have one downstairs that is so lovely. I use it all the time. I get under it, I sit on it, the kittens love to sit on it too, and yeah, it's just really easy to use. Just plug it in. Has the temperature control on the side, and it also has a timer setting as well. I thought this will go with pretty much anything because, oh, crikey, I think it's quite big. As you can see, it's this neutral kind of beigey colour, but then we've also got the furry side, which really caught my eye. And you might remember I've got some quite furry cushion covers, which I thought went quite nicely with this. I got those in H&M in the sale. And yeah, it's got this really luxurious furry side as well that feels very smooth but very soft. Now the size of this, let's see, how big are we talking? I feel like this is for one person really. I don't think, I mean, you probably would get 2 of you underneath it, but it's not massive. I'll leave it linked so you can look at the dimensions. I feel like the price point on these is quite high, but I feel like this is quite a luxury product. I actually feel like you'd probably pay a similar price, or probably more actually, on somewhere like the White Company just for a throw like this, like a fur throw, a nice quality fur throw without the heated elements. So I suppose, you know, it depends what you're comparing it to. I do really rate Lakeland products though, and I know a lot of you do as well. I swear by my heated clothes dryer, and I know lots of you have that too. So yeah, if you're in the market for a heated blanket, it might be worth having a browse. It comes with a little, quite a long plug, so if your sofa is away from a plug, you've probably got quite a decent bit of reach on that. And then this bit is the control, so you have a timer option, so you can like set it for a certain amount of hours, and then you've got the temperature control between like 1 and 9, and it's just on off. Very easy to use. This is the Stay Snug brand, but yeah, it'll go really nicely, talking of snug, on the old snug sofa, won't it? Do you know what, now I'm spreading it out, that is quite a decent size, because you can have it this way and get like underneath it, and you could fully stretch out. Oh, this looks very nice. Oh, I'll be under that later on watching the traitors. I think we've got about 2 hours to go, so I'm probably gonna have to wrap up the vlog soon so I can sit and watch this. Now, talking of throws as well, I went back to Poundland to use my £2 off £10 spend voucher. Went a day late, didn't I? So I got to the till, having thought to myself, I know what the deal is, I know what to buy, what not to buy to get the discount. Got to the till, she said, this expired yesterday. Classic. Anyway, whilst I was in there, I was admiring this throw again. Some of you spotted this in the footage, and I think some of you bought it as well. And this is lovely too. It's nice and fluffy, and it was the last one on the shelf, and I was just sort of feeling it, because I know that some of you had commented about it, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna give it a little feel, see what it's like. And as I did that, the lady working in the shop said to me, you can have that half price if you want, it's the last one. That twisted my arm. It was £10 down to 5. It's quite lightweight, but yeah, very, very fluffy. I wonder if your local Poundland, if they have these in, they might well be reducing them as well. I feel like it's kind of like a seasonal homeware piece, perhaps, with it being fluffy. Maybe it's just like the end of their winter stuff. And that's quite a nice lightweight one as well. It'll fold up relatively small when it's just like at the side of the sofa in the basket too, but then nice to snuggle into. So yeah, that's the throw chat for you. Let's have a little peek into a couple of these bags. But yeah, I'm not going to do the full shebang now, or we will be here all night. By the way, this is still up in the loft, so I am yet to test this, in case you were wondering why you didn't see it just now on my bedside. But yeah, I'm going to get the batteries in that, and we'll be using that and let you know how I get on with it. So first of all, I have been back into the charity shops. I had a meeting in Paddington, and whilst I was there, I thought I'd have a little stroll down to West London. I went to the Westbourne Grove area. I popped into a couple of charity shops there, and I found this bag, which I will be showing you in my haul. This was in trade, and I thought we'd play a little game. So I wonder if you can guess from looking at this which designer this is. And I'm not going to give you any clues, but all I'm going to say is it is a luxury designer, like designer, not high street, not high-end high street. We're talking proper designer. So let me just show you a bit closer. Beautiful leather. This is a navy blue. It's coming up quite black on camera. Gold hardware, beautiful little clasp, and we have gold hardware here, and then a nice strap, as you can see. It's very worn. I think this is 80s, potentially even 70s. And I'm going to open it. I just need to cover. Very small bit of writing and a bit on the gold hardware that does actually say what the brand is. You can see the navy blue better now, but this is a really fabulous bag and I'm really pleased with it. I might even rock it myself. You've seen Harry Styles doing that little man bag. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you recognise it. Maybe you had this, maybe you know somebody who had this, maybe you just recognise the shape of it. I asked on my Instagram and only 2 people guessed it correctly. So yeah, I'd be curious to know if any of you know what this designer brand is. And I will be sharing this and the other bits that I picked up from the charity shop, along with the bits that I've ordered with Vinted, in a video coming soon. Also, onto the dumpster diving. As I say, I've got a bag of random. So random, but we've got some Christmas in here. I'll give you a little glimpse. These are going to take some of you back. Recognise those? I have tried them, no luck so far, but they've got a plug that goes into the lampshade, so I was sort of putting it on, but you know when you're just like, thinking they can explode. They didn't go on. And do I show you anything else? We've got some really vintagey bits in here, really interesting stuff. There's a vintage toy in here, there's some crockery. It's so random. I don't know who was chucking all this stuff out, but it's eclectic. So I think we'll enjoy this haul. And then separately, somebody else was obviously going through their cookery books and decided they didn't want all of them. And we've got some absolute belters in here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to show you. So yeah, I'm going to film that as a separate video so we can go through them all in detail, and it's going to be a bit repair shop vibes, I think, because there's a couple of bits in there that I need to clean up and make beautiful again. So I think we'll enjoy that. So that's coming soon, and yeah, I'm just going to settle in for the evening now. I will be listening out for the door because I am waiting for my loo roll to arrive, and so I'm hoping to include those bits in this video. Yeah, I'm off to make some dinner and settle in for the evening, but then when those bits arrive, I'll jump back on and share those with you. Good morning. Okay, so this hasn't solved that little problem. I think this will be used in the bathroom, and maybe all my bits need to stay in the drawer. But thank you for the wake-up call, Pumpkin. Much appreciated. Good morning, it is Saturday morning. Well, my parcels didn't arrive last night and they have been rescheduled for, I think it's looking like next week. So I'm not going to include those in this week's video, but I will link them so you can have a little browse if you want to see the loo roll that I bought and the cat litter. I'll pop them in the description box. I did, however, pick up a couple of vintage parcels this morning. They arrived and were waiting in the locker for me. And the first thing that I got is this hoodie. So this was the bargain price of £5. It is a Tommy Jeans, Tommy Hilfiger hoodie. And yeah, it's really nice. It's nice and soft. I think it's very old. And considering that, I think it's going to wash well because it smells really lovely. You know when you get a vintage parcel and that person has good fabric softener, it's one of those. So yeah, it's got nice little detail on the ties as well. So I'm very pleased with this. I also have a fail, so I'm gonna not show you that in this video because I need to think if I can make it work. I bought something that, I will share it with you, but yes, I need to give it some thought as to what I'm going to do with it. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to wrap up this vlog because I need to get this one edited and up. So enjoy the rest of your day or evening, whatever it is that you're up to. I hope you're having a fab one. Let me know how you're doing in the comments. And thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this vlog, do give it a thumbs up. Do subscribe if you haven't done so already so you don't miss any of my future videos that are on the way for you. And I will see you very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.